So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Come on in here. So what day is it? Let me think here. I think it's a Wednesday, and this is a daily show, so it's important to know what day it is. But then again, it is a worldwide broadcast podcast distributed on demand, so it doesn't really matter. Does it matter that I actually recorded it on Tuesday, which is what I'm doing right now? The Daily Boost. Having more fun than the boss said I was allowed to have, but then again, I am the boss of me, just like you are the boss of you. That's right, when I was born a long time ago, I'll never forget the day I was born. On the day that I was born, the angels got together, and they decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkled moon dust in my hair, of gold and starlight in my eyes of blue. Did I just recite it? I just recited a Carpenter song. Close to you. How you doing? It's me, Scott Smith, in a funky mood today. But you know, the truth is, you are the boss of you. And that's one of the problems of getting what you want in life. Do you want something in life? Everybody wants something in life, right? I'm hoping you want some good stuff. I'm hoping you want the stuff that's good for the world, too. But really, I don't have any control of that. You get to choose what you want to do because you're the boss of you, and that's one of the biggest challenges of the world. Let me give you an example that I'm just willing to say, and most people will not say, and I'm that kind of guy. I'm going to be honest with you. Ready? Here's an example of you being the boss of you and changing your mind. I'm on a diet. I'm going to lose 25 pounds. That's what I'm going to do. I'm strict. Nobody's going to get me to change my mind. I'm sticking to this diet until I lose 25 pounds. Then the weekend comes. Hey, let's go out for pizza tomorrow. I thought you were on a diet. I'm the boss of me. I can start again Monday. I'm doing okay this week. How many times has that happened to you? I was in Costco the other day. Literally had just come from Jeremiah's ice cream. Just had ice cream. It's an Italian ice here in Daytona Beach. Had just come from Jeremiah's. Walked in Costco, and the sample lady was there. And she was handing out cake samples. And I immediately grabbed one. And my wife said, what are you doing? You just had ice cream. I said, it's free. I have to eat it. It's required by law. I was the boss of me. She said, I thought you were on a diet. I said, it's Saturday. Diet start Monday. See, we're all the boss of us. You're the boss of you. He's the boss of him. She's the boss of her. Throwing some pronouns around there, aren't I? That's so 2025. Are you the boss of you? Are you deciding what's going on with your life? Yes, you are. So today, what we're going to do is kind of roll into a show about being the boss of you and having a happy ending in your life. Sounds serious, doesn't it? It's not that serious. I was on the Inner Circle call today. I think I'm all pumped up because Erin was on the call. Erin is my youngest. She's my baby. Erin is 31 years old. Got her when I was 20. She was born at 29. That's when she came to me. And I'm thinking, oh no, what's going to happen here? She's my problem child, completely. But you take a Zoomie and you put her in a room of boomers and everybody starts trading wisdom back and forth. And 2 years later, we got a grown-up in the room. It's awesome. And a nice one. She gave me a compliment today, which is really affecting my podcast today. She says, Scott, yesterday's podcast on defending motivation was one of the best you've done in at least a month. I said, really? Thank you. What? She said, you're into it. You're passionate about it. It was so fun. I said, I was. I had a great time. Kind of on this motivational slant, having a good time yesterday. I said, let me talk about this thing. It's the best I've done in a month. She goes, yeah. I said, I think there were like 5 or 6 that were really good. She goes, no, it was the best. I said, there were 3 maybe that were equal. She goes, no, it was the best. Oh, so I guess I have to do that today, right? She goes, yeah, I like that. Do more of them. Pushy, Zoomy. Thanks, Erin, by the way. So you're living your life right now and you're writing a book. You are. You're writing the book of your life. Now I'm writing my book too. I'm on my 8th book, actual book that I haven't finished yet. That's right. Not the 8th book I haven't finished. 8 books I have not finished. I do have one. I do have a title. I have a subtitle. I know what I want to write, and it's begun. I know I've said that before, but this one I actually want to write. But 8 books I haven't finished. I also have this other book called The Book of Scott's Life. I'm writing that book right now, every single day. Now, I don't know when I'm going to leave this world. Probably like in 50 years. We have longevity in my life. So hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to write a very colorful book, like I already have it, sometime in the next 50 years. You too, right? Some of you, your book writing day's end tomorrow. Hate to say it. There may be some of this audience right now that this is the last Daily Boost podcast you're ever going to hear. That's just the truth. Don't get mad at me. It's just the truth. You're writing your book right now. Does it have a happy ending? Some of you all are trying to build toward a legacy, but you're not really trying to build toward a legacy. What you're doing is just kind of living life, and your legacy is built automatically for you. Yeah, that's what happens. All right, whoa. Stop, Scott. I'm not building my legacy, y'all. I'm just messing around right now. This does not count toward my legacy. No. Yeah, I do. If you want a great legacy, you got to build one. Same thing with a happy ending about your life. Got to build one. If you could write that book today about the person you have become, the person you're going to be, would it have a happy ending? There are a large portion of this audience are thinking, I don't know, man. You see how things are going? World's coming to an end. The rapture's on its way. No, it's just another politician. I don't know. Can't figure it out, man. Life is kind of tough. A lot of people surviving these days. A lot of people thriving these days. Some people naturally live in a world of joy. I love that. My wife is Joy. That's her name, and that's who she is. She actually acts like that. It's a cruel, ugly trick for me. It really is. God said, hey, I'm going to toss you somebody that is genuinely happy all the time without motivation. She never listens to show. She does not need you. She's just happy. And since you're a guy who observes the world, takes in all the pain, figures out how to make it feel good and be happy, I figure that's a good play because she just is there automatically. Scott has to work at it. Which are you? Do you have to work at it or not? Or you're like her, you're just happy all the time. I think you should be, by the way. Living joyfully is a great way to go. I don't try to be happy. Happy is so overrated. Wait a second. I have to change the title of this podcast now. Does your life have a happy ending? It should be, does your life have a joyful ending? It's going to be, I'm going to change the title. Now, a good portion of my day is spent interacting with clients all over the world. So I've got some experience in this. It goes back a long time. How far does it go back? It goes back to when I used to do coaching calls. We barely had Skype. In fact, I would talk to somebody in Australia and I'd say, I'll just give you a call. I'll pick up the phone and call them. An hour later, probably charge them $100 for the call. A month later, get a bill for $160 for the phone bill. That's how far I go back in talking to people around the world. Most people I talk to are usually pretty upbeat. They're pretty happy on the surface anyway. Although they're talking to me, I kind of know they're not really happy everywhere. I know. it's kind of an occupational hazard, right? You come to me and upbeat, happy, motivational, yay, roar, but I'm always thinking, what's going on? But they are open to problem solving. And I think you are too, right?
Heat up your 4th of July at the Home Depot with our wide variety of grills under $300 and make every gathering one to remember. Give your outdoor space a glow up, whatever your budget is, with savings on seasonal plants starting at $5. With the grill fired up and your backyard set to perfection, you'll be able to invite friends and family over to kick off the party. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Prices may vary by store. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Most are seeking my advice to help them. And I have a gift. I will have experience. I can see patterns. I can see voids. I can see gaps. I have the ability to guide them a little bit. Don't know how. I just keep showing up and doing it. Sometimes they say to me, Scott, just help me get out of my own way. Do you ever say that to yourself? If I could get out of my own way, get my act together. Hey, trust me, you're preaching to the choir here. I am in my own way all day, every day, all the way. Always. In fact, you are too. You're the boss of you. You're always going to be in your own way. Your mindset is between wherever you are today and wherever you want to go, it's you that's getting in the way. Not all the time, no. No, yes, all the time. Common sense. Let's come to the table. Let's play, okay? I don't care. Scott, that guy stopped me. He got in my way. They looked at me. They said something. They took away my opportunity. Yeah. But you were there too. You played a part in this game. Mm-hmm. That's where writing a book comes to mind. And a good question. If you were to write a book about yourself in the future, would it have a joyful ending? Notice I changed it. It was going to say happy ending. I changed it to joyful. Happy's easy. Anybody can do happy for like half a second. Joyful lasts. When I ask it to a client, usually it will say to me, yes, that's why I'm here today. So my next question is usually like this. Okay. If you were to write your book right now today, would that be the answer? Remember before, it was like if you write your book after you're dead, or well, before you die, would it have a joyful ending? Yeah. But if you were to write it today, right now, this afternoon, you sat down and without using ChatGPT, you wrote a book in like 3 hours. Would that still be the same answer? Think about your life today. Going to the gym, going to the office, hanging at home. Where's your state of mind today? Are you still joyful? If you wrote a book today, would it be that way? That would be the goal, right? Most people say, I'd say be an average. Okay, so it wouldn't be happy, wouldn't be joyful, it'd be average. This is my life. It's average. Not great, not bad, just average. Certainly not a book anybody would read, right? Whoa, wait a second. If it's not a book anybody would read, why would you live it? It makes no sense. So when I'm talking to clients, conversations continue. I make a couple of points along the way. Let me give you those points because that is actually what you came here for today. You want the Reddit list of the points of things to do. Not a big fan of doing that. But, the internet says I have to. It's the law. Number one, all of us get in our own way. That's how we learn. We still have our act together until we recognize that we want another act, right? That's called growth. Let me repeat that. We get in our own way. That's how we learn. I do it constantly. I am totally in my way all the time. I was watching a show the other day. It was like Alone on Netflix. And the guy said, I think they say it in the military, just color. Just color. What that means is just do what you got to do. If you're getting in your own way, just sit down and get to work and figure out how to get out of your own way. The truth is you have your act together right now, whatever you're doing, you really truly do. You just want another act. So when somebody comes to me and says, Scott, help me get my act together. I know something. Your act's just fine right now. You just don't want it anymore. You want a new act. That is called growth. Number two, people who live an average life almost always spend more time chasing squirrels and shiny objects and focusing on actions that create the consistent results they want. That, my friends, is an exhausting way to live. Completely exhausting. So if we're going to write a book that has a joyful ending, but you're living an average life, that means that you're just chasing stuff, shiny objects and squirrels. I just want to see a squirrel with a shiny like name tag on it one day. I think that'd be the greatest combination. I should do an AI picture like that, right? People are focusing on actions that create consistent results, but not the ones they want. Yeah, that's why I talk about being aware all the time. We focus on daily awareness so we can see what we're actually focusing on and see the result we're getting. It's an exhausting way to live when you do that. Finally, people who live successfully, they do think more like business people. What do I mean by that? Well, it means they implement actions that get results. ROI. They make them sustainable. They grow the economics of the business. In other words, they figure out what works and keep doing it. There's no drifting in the wind. You can get away with drifting in the wind and doing anything you want if you're just a person, natural person, person to person, kind of person, right? Or if you're the government, you can do either one like that. But if you're a business person, you can't do that. Your actions must get results. They must be sustainable, and you need to grow. So think like a business person. So yes, you're the boss of you. If you want a happy life at the end, if you want to write this book that is yet unfinished and you want it to have a joyful ending, then you need to put habits in play and actions in play and thoughts in play that are sustainable, that get you the results you want right now. And then your happy and joyful book, I keep messing up, don't I? I'm sorry. I changed midstream. Your joyful book ending, it writes itself. So you can make your way, like we all do. You figure out what works, like we all do. And you do it again and again and again and again. It's a simple plan, isn't it? When you write that book, when you're writing the book that you're going to finish someday, because my friends, I don't know if anybody's told you this lately, but the book you're writing will come to an end. It will. Your story that you're living will someday be told. When you're not around anymore, you're going to be proud that that story is being told. Oh, speaking of simple, by the way, since I'm talking about simple here, because I like simple, because simple works. If the book you would write about yourself isn't who you are, you can start making changes right this second. That's how you get a joyful ending. And more than that, I bet you, I'll bet you $1, that if you start changing right now to do the things that are you, that you'll get more joyful today. No waiting.